Welcome back to IACI TV. I've been joined by Sergio Bonini, who's a past IACI president, and welcome. When did you become involved with IACI originally?
I must say from the beginning, because even if I was president between 98 and 2001, my history with IACI starts long before.
When? What was the year?
I could say 56 when I was very young, but I lived the birth of the IACI through the memories of my mentor, Professor Umberto Serafini, who was one of the founder and the first president.
So how has it evolved and changed over the years? Because there is so much happening now within the field. How has the organization evolved to sort of take that into consideration?
I was introduced to the Executive Committee in '83, and then I served as Secretary General and Treasurer until I was President in '98. May I say, the first things I established an electronic data bank for, in the past, there were cards written in pencil.
So you were a forward-thinking digital pioneer.
Let's say this. But then I was involved in the acquirement of the ownership of the title of allergy, the European Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology in '96. We had the first publication of the newsletter. But what I'm very proud of, I established in '98 the junior member category. At that time, there were only approximately 20 people below the age of 35. Now I have seen that at least 25% of the membership is below 35 years of age.
Well, I look around the Congress and I see a much higher proportion of that. Maybe as we're getting older, everybody looks younger these days. Yeah. But it's a very vibrant field, isn't it? So yes, it's attracting a lot more young people.
Yes, I have seen that more than 50% of the members now are below 45. And this, I think, looking back to the old ages, I think this is very important because this projects the academy into the future.
Right, we've been going down memory lane here, but actually the reason that you're here is to talk about placebo effect. Everybody knows about placebo effect. But can I ask you a specific question about placebo? How does placebo effect harm or skew the outcome of trials?
Yeah. Everybody knows placebo is a substance which has no pharmacological activity or a procedure without no effect. And this is included in clinical trial as a comparator of the investigational drug or procedure, which have to show a superior effect versus placebo. So if the effect of placebo is very high, this will affect the results of the trial.
Okay, so is the placebo effect high in allergen immunotherapy, though?
There are some areas of medicine where the placebo effect is extremely high. This is particularly in psychiatric disorders. There were a lot of problems with antidepressants.
So if you think you feel better, you are feeling better.
Yeah. So, but also in allergic subjects, and particularly for allergen immunotherapy, it has been shown to be very high. Just to give an example, I would cite the cat circassia study. After very positive with FLD1, after very positive results in the phase 2B, the phase 3 trials was not effective because there was an improvement on the primary endpoint of more than 50% with placebo. So when the effect of placebo is over 50%, it's very difficult to show an efficacy of the investigational drug.
So what can you do about that? How can you overcome this potential problem?
I think this is a problem to be addressed. This was addressed in a very nice paper published in 2017 in New England Journal of Medicine by Moshiki and Tandon. particularly addressing small and middle companies as the producers of allergen products are. They say one thing to reduce this effect could be to use historical control groups and not to involve placebo in the trial. Another possibility, which is not seen very well by regulators, is to randomize the subject in the first randomization and to exclude those with a strong placebo effect, and then randomize again. So you exclude...
So you've got a different type of control.
You exclude those who may have a very strong placebo effect. The other possibility is to enrich the population of potential responders using some biomarkers or some genetic biomarkers to enrich the population. This will reduce the placebo effect. It's very difficult. This should be discussed with the regulator in the scientific advice in order to be sure that this is accepted.
So what are the benefits of this sort of approach, and what is the argument that will be used to the regulators to say, actually, this is different, but it's better?
Well, I think that something has to be done in order to avoid that the placebo effect becomes a nocebo effect on effective drugs and could kill small companies. The approval of a drug takes 7 to 10 years and approximately 2 billion euro. So that if the final design do not show any result just because of placebo, it will not be a placebo, it will be a nocebo effect on drugs, effectives, and on small companies.
Can I ask you this final question with a lot of respect? What excites you so much about this field now, having had a long career being part of allergy and clinical immunology?
Innovation, yes. I think we are changing from usual chemical drugs to biologics. We are changing from classical chemical drugs to advanced therapy, such as gene therapy, cell therapy, and tissue therapy. So is a new, exciting areas for the future.
Sergio, great to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. Enjoy the rest of the Congress. And that's all from IACI TV for now.